All right. No, don't worry. The people that have chosen to put that song on have been sacked. Don't worry. Welcome everybody to EJ's SpaceX Falcon 9 Astranis launch coverage from one to many. It's been a long day waiting for this one. It's scrubbed a couple of times, but I'm EJ, your host, and we are hopefully going to see a rocket launch here. Jeb willing, we will see a rocket launch. All right, let me pull cast and coverage up. Here we go.
Customer for UtilitySat will be APCO in Mexico, and the satellite will serve a variety of customers for shorter duration missions throughout its life in orbit.
Nice hat. Thanks,
The
Joe.
other three satellites are split across three of Astranis' customers, with two satellites, NuView Alpha and NuView Bravo, supporting Anuvu, a connectivity provider for planes and ships. And the fourth satellite, Aquila, will be the first ever communications satellite dedicated to the people of the Philippines. Today's launch marks SpaceX's 129th mission of 2024 in what has proved to be quite a busy year. But it's not over yet. We still have several more launches planned before we ring in the new year. Be sure to follow @SpaceX on X for up-to-the-minute launch updates.
On X.
At LC40, both the vehicle and range are green, and we're on track for an on-time launch. Weather is looking great with only a 5% chance of weather violation.
Good.
While the countdown continues, let's take a moment to meet the vehicle taking our payload to orbit today. Falcon 9 is a two-stage rocket developed and manufactured by SpaceX, known for its safe, reliable, and cost-effective access to space. It's also the first and currently the only orbital-class rocket that is capable of reflight. Starting at the top of the vehicle is the payload fairing, a protective shell that encases the payload being sent to space. Made up of two halves, the fairing will separate and jettison away from the vehicle once Falcon 9 reaches space. Today's fairing halves will be flying for their 22nd and 12th times and will be recovered by our recovery vessel, Bob, after launch.
Bob!
The Astranis satellites being encapsulated.
Phil, we didn't need a picture. There they are. These satellites, the 4 Astranis satellites, are in 4 times symmetry. It's a radial payload adapter, an RPAF, or RPAF for short. Yeah, there you go. Hey, Jack, what's going on, brother? How you doing? So, yeah, a little bit of details. One of the fairing halves on this one, from one to many tonight, has flown 22 times. The other one has flown 12 times. 22 flights on a fairing. Can you believe that? Bulb. You're 6 feet above ground. It's a good day. There you go. CS Chip, what's up, man? 26-month resub. So the first stage flying tonight, guys, is Booster 1077 on its 17th flight. 33-day turnaround. 403rd Falcon recovery attempt. As the SpaceX caster was saying, this is the 128th Falcon 9 mission of 2024. 128. Jeez. She's going to land out on a shortfall of gravitas, hopefully, completing her 17th flight. Ooh.
Small, low-cost, high orbit. From higher orbits, you only need one satellite.
You don't need hundreds, you don't need thousands,
I don't know,
you just need one. But for us, putting up one was just the beginning.
We are Astranis.
Our first product, the Micro Geo, connects the unconnected.
The satellites we build are points of national pride.
And each one of them connects millions of people to affordable, low-cost internet.
But our mission doesn't stop with comms.
I've heard
It doesn't
this
stop
story
with
before.
Geo.
We're working with Space Force to bring resiliency to the GPS satellite system.
We're also working to connect and protect astronauts on the moon.
And maybe someday we'll even build a habitat that they'll call home. We're the only company building this today. Why? Because space is hard and high orbits are harder. The radiation environment fries normal hardware in days or even hours. And medium-class rockets can't even get you all the way there.
We had to invent an entirely new class of spacecraft. It took us years, but after countless radiation tests and revisions, we made it happen.
That's why we're ramping up production right here in America.
We built 5 satellites, sold 12, and plan to launch over 100 satellites by 2030. That's more than the rest of the industry combined.
We are Astranis. We invented low-cost, high-orbit satellites,
We're building the future.
and we're just getting started.
Annie, what's up?
Falcon 9's primary objective today is to launch 4 Astranis satellites to a geosynchronous transfer orbit, or GTO. After liftoff, about a minute into flight, the rocket will hit max Q, or maximum dynamic pressure, where the vehicle is continuing to gain speed as
6
it passes
minutes.
through the thick lower atmosphere. After about 2.5 minutes,
really do got
Falcon
an
9
Atari
will
logo.
arrive at its second major flight milestone, main engine cutoff, or MECO. And then immediately following MECO, the first and second stages separate.
When does it hit max
Following stage
EJ?
separation, the MVAC engine will light during second engine
Right now?
start, or SES-1, on stage 2 to continue carrying the satellites to their intended orbit. A little less than a minute
pretty good,
later,
Tessa.
the payload fairing will separate, exposing the Astranis satellites to space for the first time. Meanwhile,
Yo,
the
Rev,
first
what's
stage will
good, man?
perform an entry burn as it re-enters the atmosphere, slowing down to reduce heat and stress.
Hey, Pop with the $2 super chat. Thank you very much, man. I've had the wine. You had the nice wine. Is it like Bakalakadakistani wine? Because Bakalakadakistani wine is made from fermented horse's urine. Ooh, Cabernet. Good for you. Never go max.
Coming up
EJ. You never
shortly,
want to do
the
that. Trust me
transporter
on that one.
erector, also known as the strongback, or TE, as you just heard over the nets, will retract away from
Okay.
Falcon. The TE
Sorry. Where are these satellites going? Or what do these satellites do? So Astranis is a connectivity provider. They're looking to provide internet connectivity, rad-hardened satellite buses. They do a bunch of different things. They're a new space contractor that has a bunch of they're all over the place. They got the fingers in a lot of pie. These satellites here are for internet connectivity. Yeah, there's 4 on board here. These ones I think are going to... They're geo. They're geostationary. Geostationary satellites, they're 400 kilos a pop. Is that
Yeah,
not an
arms are
Atari
fully
logo?
open, and we should-
It's not an Atari logo. Atari logo has lines going sideways and then up. I like Astranis' logo. King of the castle, la 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 la.
Now, at this point in the countdown, both the first and second stages are nearly fully loaded with 1 million pounds of rocket-grade kerosene fuel and liquid oxygen. Both the first stage and second stage should finish propellant loading about a minute apart from each
Oh,
other,
yeah,
with
Dino,
the
I
first
like it.
stage finishing
I
up
love
at around the
Rockwell's logo.
T-3 minute mark, and the second stage finishing at around the T-2 minute mark.
It's like 85% Atari? Yeah, so are you.
Stage 1 LOX load is complete.
Good call out there. The first stage is fully loaded.
The first
with
Doge.
LOX. Now at T-minus 60 seconds, Falcon 9 will enter startup, and that means that the rocket's autonomous internal flight computers will have taken over the launch countdown. Then, just inside of T-minus 2 seconds, we light the 9 M1D first stage engines for liftoff. Weather is still looking green, and with a really clear night, and the range is ready to support our T0 of 12 a.m. Eastern Time. So with that, we are proceeding into the last few minutes of terminal count.
Eric, I didn't get any
With
snow.
LOX load on
We
the
got
second
nothing.
stage
But then again, I haven't checked, so
coming up in just a few seconds.
can you confirm that Jesus is green? Roger. 2 minutes. How much do the
Stage
paint?
2 LOX load is complete.
How much do you think the paint adds to gross mass?
Great call out there.
1,000 pounds, maybe? Not a lot. Probably less. I'm talking the entire vehicle here. Okay, Now that stage 2 LOX loading is complete, we should be moving into ground gas closeout. You should see a big condensation cloud like that one getting vented from the transporter erector. 90 seconds.
Ground gas closeouts.
See? What they're doing is they're evacuating all the...
What cloud you see is us venting the TE LOX line, which is completely expected.
Way to just interrupt me, lady. Jeez. They're venting it because you don't want liquid oxygen inside of your launching equipment when the rocket goes to launch. You want LOX inside of the vehicle, not out. So they're evacuating all the propellants out of there, which is what that cloud is. As the lady said.
Falcon 9 is in startup.
Yeah, this is normal. Falcon 9 is in
You just heard that call out for F9 startup, which means the rocket's autonomous internal flight computers have taken over the launch countdown.
I don't know who's on commentary
LD, go
tonight.
for launch.
Launch director reports
Great news,
go.
the launch director has given the final go for launch. So at T-minus 39 seconds, all systems are go for the launch of Falcon 9.
All right. 30 seconds.
T-minus 30 seconds.
30 seconds remaining. All right. Cap off this nice long stream with hopefully a nice rocket launch. T-minus 20 seconds and counting.
T-minus 15.
Sound suppression water
9,
system
10,
is on.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
Ignition.
1. Ignition. Abort.
Launch abort is running.
Abort. I jinxed it. I jinxed it. Oh no! I jinxed it. Ah! Oh, I jinxed it. Oh no. So that was a startup. That was a startup abort.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Meaning something with the engines. Yeah, usually that's what that means. Joda, what's up? 62 months resub. Sawyer did actually? Oh, okay, cool. We can blame Sawyer. That's fine. I sent it to you to Booster 15 live streams because of this. No! Yeah, that was really at the last second. It's very rare that you see something like that. But you got to remember, there could be different commit criteria for a customer's payload versus a Starlink payload.
So we just heard a call out for an abort, and we are standing by to get more updates from the team.
So, once again, it was during startup, so it was when the engines are on. So what that is that's not an abort that's triggered by somebody. That was Falcon 9's auto sequencer. So the Falcon 9's brains commanded the engines to start, and they did start, but it aborted it right after that. Basically, the computer saw something with the engines that wasn't right. That's the only thing that's the only time you'd get that's the only thing that could be when you get an abort like that. You very rarely get an abort when the engines are on, right? But once again, that's what I was saying, like, you know, oh, why does the customer's payload scrub, like, or as opposed to Starlink? Starlinks launch all the time. What the heck is this abort about? Like I said, there could be more stringent criteria because your payload SpaceX's internal payload is not.
This is space.
Hey,
I'm in
Dan.
space.
SpaceX's internal payload is actually not on top. It's a customer's payload, so they might be a little more careful this time. That's called more conservative parameters in your launch trajectory, or your launch criteria. Might be an airplane in the range. Look at DAL 1414. Yeah, it's possible. I doubt you'd get an abort.
Prior to this point, the launch was going smoothly. The team saw no issues as we loaded propellants, all system tests and checkouts looked good, and everything was go for an on-time launch. At this time, it's too early to speculate on a potential root cause, and I'm hearing from our teams we likely won't have more insight in the next few minutes, so at this point, we are going to end the webcast and allow our teams to focus on troubleshooting. It'll take some time to figure out exactly what happened, but keep an eye on our website and our social accounts, and we'll share information as it becomes available. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, we appreciate your interest in SpaceX and your ongoing support.
Oh. Yeah, that's definitely in the track. Falcon 9's launching from right there and was going that way. You see how all the other planes are not there? Yeah. Phil, you might be right, dude. Look, see how all the other planes are going around this area right here? Because there's a temporary flight restriction there. A TFR for short. Yeah, that's... What's the altitude on this plane? Barrow's reading 34. But, see... Yeah, Geek, that's what I'm wondering. Like, maybe... I doubt you'd get a commit to the launch of, like, especially igniting the engines. I doubt you'd get a commit like that to, like, I don't think it would check for planes at T-minus 2 seconds. You know what I mean? How long do the TFRs last? The launch window, Sea Kraken, is when the TFRs last. It's correlated to the launch window. Why did the... Yeah, that's the thing, Brendan. That plane is definitely in the TFR. Like, definitely in the TFR, but I don't know if Falcon would have caught that. I don't know enough about Falcon 9's software systems to know. Yeah, Phil, DAL 1414 was definitely right in the track. This is a geo mission, guys. So if you look, pad 40 is right there, right? And this thing would have launched directly east. Like directly that way. Note how there is actually no other planes here. Oh no. Here, we'll see. Well, other planes have taken that route, but like I said, you see how everything else is flying around it? Rocket Lab is go for another attempt at 9:30. Does this site show TFRs? No. No. Is it outside of the TFR? That would have been... That's very close, Socks. That's very close to being... That's like right on the edge of the temporary flight restriction. So... Well, but that's good to know. If it's not, it's barely outside of it, just check. It is. Cool. TFR is SFC to 18,000 only. Okay, he's not there. Phil, yeah, okay. It's if the TFR is to 18,000, he's not in it. Yeah, not even close. Okay, well that's good. That means that confirms what I was saying, what I was thinking before, dudes. Yeah, something's weird with engine startup. It saw the Falcon 9's computer. Like, the technical way of saying it is that Falcon 9's computer caught a transient condition during startup. Basically, they went to crank the motor and it made a sound they didn't like, or it made a sound the computer didn't like. Okay, well. That sucks. We wanted to see 2 launches today, and we saw none. I broke bolts off and extractors in my stupid truck. We did flame trench. That was good. Stick your head out the window? No, I don't wanna. I don't want to go out there. It's nice and warm in here. I don't want to go out there. Rev, I was trying to get a broken bolt out of the transmission pan on the 59 with an extractor, and the freaking extractor broke off in the bolt. So now there's an extractor and a bolt stuck in the damn threads, man. Jeez. All right, Alangar. See ya. Kind of like an RSLS abort. Yes. Yeah, that's correct. We saw virtual launches from EJ. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it sucks, dudes. It sucks a lot. A lot. I really wanted to get that done today, but it's all right. It's all right. Anyway, that's going to do it for the stream. Thank you very much. Thanks for all the support today, guys. There was a ridiculous amount of subs tipped today, and just regular tips and super chats over on the YouTube side. Don't take the truck apart. Okay, I won't. Cross Race, 516 bits. Thank you. I do appreciate you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the long stream. You're gonna get one more. You're gonna get one more long stream on Monday. And then if Primo's parents want to help me fix that thing, we might get more truck streams through the holiday. So have a good weekend, everybody. I'm gonna get the rest of my Christmas shopping in, and yeah, I know, Judge, and I appreciate it. I just wanted to say that I appreciate you guys. Thank you. And have a good weekend. I'll see you guys. See you guys on Monday. Merry Christmas, YG. Yep, see you on Monday. Yep. One more long stream before Christmas. I'll see you guys then. Thank you very much for watching.